Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Happy Sunday to you all. We're here, or I'm here. Brandon's kind of here in spirit with us. I'm missing him these days. So I'll be glad when he's back, when he's able to join us again. And I think that will be tomorrow. So, welcome. If you're out there, say hello to you. I have the grandbabies here. And if you guys remember, there's one here. She's right in here with me because I can't sneak her. You remember me telling you I tried to, if I move, she moves. So she's in here with me listening in. I'm kind of glad. I am somebody is our topic. So definitely teaching her that she is somebody special. I will say this, y'all. Last night I was looking at her kind of side eye because I love crab legs. So I found out that so does she. So she's sitting there eating my crab legs like a grown person, right? And I had to stop her because, probably not the best thing for her to eat right now. But I'm kind of looking at her like, I don't know, she might need another grandma because I don't like sharing my crab legs. But anyway, the babies are here, so I'll do this a little quickly. This morning, won't keep you guys long. But let's rock right into it. Someone's already saying good morning. Let's see who we have in here. Good everything, everyone. Thank you for rocking with us again, Miss Brenda. How are you doing with the grandbabies? Because you have them until August, right? Right? I think they're with you the entire time. Is that right? Let us know. And how is that working out for you? Um, let's do this. Get everything out there ready for me. Okay, so why do we come here every day? Why have we been doing this? What is this about? Of course, if you've been rocking with us, then you know that we're journaling through the book, Dennis Kimbro, Daily Motivations for African American Success, where we've been here again. We're on our 172 days that we've been doing this as of today. We've also incorporated, some of us are working to save $1,000 within 30 days. um, I didn't put that out there yesterday on the show, but I will. I'll try to remember to go back and do that for yesterday and for today, so that for those of you who are new to the barbecue, you can get in on this savings. And please know that it's not about how much you can do. So if you don't make it for the 1,000, maybe you'll have 100, maybe you'll have two, three, four, five. Don't get caught up in the mindset, well, if I can't do the 1,000, I'm not going to do anything, right? Because what we ought to do, we should do, and what we should do, we ought to do, and we should be saving. That is one thing that you should add to your life. If you don't have, I would talk to people, and I get it, you guys, I get it. But on this side of, and I was saying, I talk to people and they don't have anything saved. I mean, nothing. And I've seen people who made minimum wage save. How? They live within their means, some of them beneath, right? So they make better choices, because if you assess your life, you will determine that you do have something to save. It's just how you're choosing to spend your money. And if you look around you, it will tell you, the things around you will tell you where your money is going. Most times we don't look. Even when I was in the situation where I felt I can't save money, if I had looked, yeah, I could have. Some things I did not need, I wanted, right? So let's think about that. Let's think about that, baby girl. You gotta be quiet, okay? This is live, y'all. Sorry. So let's find out, why are we here. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, I lost it there, you guys. Dennis Kimbro, also the author of Popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, but also wise enough to know when to say no, and when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Edelman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches you will last a lifetime. Black Enterprise says each affirmation in this valuable and thought provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but it is worthy of more time for contemplation. And again, that is a quote by Black Enterprise. Good morning, KL. Good morning, Auntie Rechet says good morning, Butterfly and family and nephew. So thank you again for getting up, rocking with us. So who are we missing this morning? Big Mike. Missing Big Mike. Miss Brenda, are y'all getting out this morning walking? Let us know. All right. So you guys, we're at day 172. Miss Brenda says still have grandsons. They are in a little trouble from yesterday. All right. Well, kind of happens with those grandbabies, right? Kind of happens. So our topic for today, July 21st, I am somebody, and it's already out for you to see. Our quote comes from Avery Brooks, an actor. I am articulate, I'm thoughtful, I care about my work, and my standards are very high. I am articulate, I'm thoughtful, I care about my work, and my standards are very high. Our passage reads, I may never be an artist like Roman Burden or Margaret Taylor Burroughs, but I have painted the interiors of several homes that I'm proud of. You and I may not be the king or queen of special. Of all the judgments we pass in life, none is as important as the one we pass on ourselves. How we feel about ourselves affect every aspect of our lives, from the way we function at work to the way we operate as parents to how high in life we rise. How few people realize, wrote the historian Charles Wesley, their success in life depends more upon what they are than upon what they know. It is self-esteem that has brought the race this far. Let me say that one again. It is self-esteem that has brought the race this far. Marcus Garvey concurred. He said, the man who lacks self-esteem won't possess anything else. And supermodel Beverly Johnson drives home the same message. She says, youth and beauty may fade, but esteem always endures. She says, esteem always endures. Our responses to the circumstances in our lives are shaped by who and what we think we are. The higher our self-esteem, the more inclined we are to treat others with respect and goodwill. The more positive our self-esteem, the more joy we experience. Self-esteem holds the key to understanding ourselves and other people. Positive self-esteem is a cardinal requirement of a fulfilling life. And our affirmation for today, and I'll get it out here. Today, I will take a few moments to list my qualities and strengths. I am special. Today, I will take a few moments to list my qualities and strengths. I am special. One more time for the people who may be coming in. Today, I will take a few moments to list my qualities and strengths. I am special. So, I am somebody. I thought about the and Auntie Richetta. I think you will maybe know what I'm talking about. I feel like I remember Zaria quoting this quote as a little girl. The first time I heard it, the quote for children, I am somebody. And I believe she was like 3 years old. And so I kind of briefly read over half of this last night. And initially, that's the first thing I thought about. And if we would, her as a little girl, if we would start to teach our young people, right, what that means to value, and so often I think we get it wrong. We've been taught not to feel or know how important that we are somebody, that we were spiritually, fearfully, wonderfully created, right? We just didn't, we weren't made in this factory, produced, many of us produced at the same time, right? There's so many things that are different about us. And it says, I'm articulate, I'm thoughtful, I care about my work, and my standards are very high. Do we care about our work? Not just the work we do to get paid for it, because y'all, we could have a whole show on that. The number of people you show up and you just want them to come and do their job. You just want them to show up. If it's flipping burgers, flip it with excellence, an attitude of excellence, that I want you to love this burger. But have you noticed when we are walking in places how the atmosphere feels, how the food tastes? Because that's the energy in the room, the energy in the food, the lack of self-esteem as they're preparing the food. People don't care. We were riding yesterday and we were just amazed, like, what is the thought process of people that throw trash out of their car into the same neighborhoods that they're living in, the streets that they have to drive down? That's and I said to Jimmy, that's an internal thing. You know, that's how that represents how someone feels inside. People don't feel that they're articulate. Certainly, most of us, not all, we have some good people in the world, but there's a lot of work to be done. Many people are not thoughtful, don't care about work. Unless standards, what are they? What are standards anymore? It's like integrity, it's like character, right? So, of all the judgments we pass in life, none is as important as the one we pass on ourselves. What do you think about yourself? Truly, you guys. See, because you can't even fool yourself. Because at the end of the day, we know. I knew, I knew that I needed to grow in loving myself more, and how I try to love people. Do you know that if you don't have self-esteem, that you cannot love or be loved? I remember hearing this quote said, she loved him, he didn't. Now listen to that. She loved him, and we could reverse it, guys. I'm not picking on you guys. She loved him, he didn't. What that's saying is she loved him, he didn't love himself. And because he didn't love himself, he could not receive love from her or anyone. Anyone. Unless you think that you are the ace, king, poo, whatever it is, that you're it. Not in a conceited way, but in a loving, kind way. It tells us the more positive our self-esteem, the more joy we experience. Self-esteem holds the key to understanding ourselves and other people. And other people. All right. So positive self-esteem is a cardinal requirement of a fulfilling life. Do you realize that the way you feel about yourself or think about yourself affects everything in your life? Everything. So as you write today, your qualities, what are your positive character qualities? Have you ever thought about that? What are your positive character qualities? What are your strengths? And how do they show up in your life? Right? Sit down and think about that. Write about that. Don't walk away from here today or any day and not do at least one thing. Just do what the affirmation says. That's the one thing. As you contemplate more about it, the assessment that I use in Bluff City Leadership, you guys, it provides you your productive character qualities and it helps you build upon those, right? But we need to also know what those non-productive character qualities are. But people will avoid this assessment to no end. And let me say this, the people I'm talking about the most is us. People that look like me. Our culture fears for whatever reason. And maybe we were taught not to heal. Why? Because what happens in this house stays in this house. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened in this house internally. It cannot stay in there. It can no longer stay in there because it's holding me captive. And so the minute I start freeing myself, right? There are no boundaries here as it comes to my healing. If you played a part in the dysfunction or the brokenness, sorry. But when it gets to the point where it has to come out as part of my growth, sorry, not sorry. Because it's one thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to grow. I'm going to continue to transform my life. I'm going to continue dying to live. And in that dying, people who've been a part of my journey, either you choose to die with me, we ride or die together, or I keep riding and you keep dying and I keep dying to live. So it's a part of the journey. And I was saying that to say, I traveled this latter part of the week for a few days for work. And most of the people, out of all the people, I'll say that, out of the people thus far, if I had to measure this thing, don't look like me when they say, I had one lady say, you know what? Please send me that. Send me that. And I'll take it. And in most cases, they take it right away. Right away. For us, man, it's like I have to beat a hammer. And so what I've stopped doing, I put the hammer down. Because if I have to push you to take it, unless God says different, I'm going to have to push you to do anything with it, to unpack it for you to live it, attempt to live it and change your life. So I don't push anymore. So do you know your strengths? Do you know your positive character qualities? Do you even think about them? Yesterday, I asked you guys, if you do nothing else, maybe just sit in silence, meditate, pour your soul into your spirit, understand who you are. Because if you don't understand who you are, and another thing the assessment does, not just who you are, but how you are wired, how you perceive, receive incoming communication, and how do you send it out, right? Study, be a student of your life. If we stop trying to sum people up, judge people down, because one thing I realized is I have no time to figure you out because I have a rough time trying to figure myself out. I was in my feelings so badly yesterday, but, and I'm standing to the, I told you guys, I'm praying, I'm doing all kinds of things, uplifting myself, talking to God, and I was washing dishes, and it went just like this. I know where it's coming from, thankfully. I know where it's coming from. But because I know and I knew where it was coming from, I knew how to handle it. Didn't take away that the thoughts didn't come. The feelings came. It's just now I'm not sitting in them because I am somebody. I'm not the somebody that I was yesterday. I'm growing every day. In this meeting that I had, something came up. It was so awesome, you guys. It was probably one of the most thought-provoking company meetings I've ever been in. We had all of these words that different speakers spoke about, and one being excellence, right? Excellence. And one of those speakers or someone there said that I see excellence as always becoming a better version of yourself, trying to be better today than you were yesterday. And I thought, oh, wow, that's powerful, right? So you are somebody. You are somebody. Go back and read the poem, I Am Somebody, the child's poem. Maybe I'll put it out there and read it as if you were that little girl, that little boy, right? Go back, go back and come forward and then move forward. Because I'm going to say this and I'll get ready to get off. I talked about the trauma, the brokenness, the things that have to come out. And sometimes, well, most times we're not ready for them because of how we were taught what happens in this house stays in this house. Right? So I'm saying to you, you adult folks, you people who are mamas now, daddies now, don't do that. And if you want what happens in the house to stay in the house, at least allow it to be joy, growth, positive, positive attitude, right? I got the opportunity to share with my daughter-in-law the one we read about, the little boy in the store whose mama was dragging him along, and she finally got to see because she had kneeled down to tie his shoestrings, and she got a glimpse of the way that he was interpreting this shopping spree, right? And so often we do the same thing in life, right? Do you. If you do you and do you right, then you give the space that people see your life changing, you growing, you responding to life, not reacting to life. And when you feel, some of the most insecure people are the loudest, right? They talk the most, but it shows up and it comes out of you, right? So don't think that people really believe that people know whether you are somebody to yourself or that you are not. You cannot hide that. Sorry, not sorry. You cannot hide it. People see your insecurities, that people see your low self esteem. So you're not hiding it. So you might as well face it, address it. So let's see what we have here. Brenda Davis says, I take an assessment from my therapist a couple of times a month. It lets me know how far I've come or if I'm slipping back into my old ways. Wow. Miss Brenda, you should, I've been looking, my new thing is I've been looking for therapists that would take the assessment or allow one of their clients to take the assessment and then allow me to unpack the assessment in front of their therapist. So that's a whole thing that I've been working on, and I'm coming close, I think, to having one therapist do it, and then in hopes maybe the therapist would use it as a platform, because I'll tell you, or maybe Miss Brenda, you can take it and take it into the therapist to let her see it. You can talk to him about that if you'd like to. I will gift it to you on that note. But you guys, Miss Brenda, thank you for doing the work. Thank you. You have to do the work. And she takes it a couple of times a month. Miss Brenda, how often do you go to your therapist? Is it once a month? Let us know. Who else has been to a therapist? And why or why not? I remember the first time I went, you guys, and for you Memphis people, I'll tell you, Bellevue, Bellevue Baptist Church has a phenomenal therapy program. And get this, it is absolutely free. Absolutely free. And they did not beat me over the head with God, God, God. Now, of course, everything is based from the word, and I didn't have a problem with that. And it was so real, meaning they didn't try to make me this peppermint patty person, meaning, I'm trying to say this without, one of the questions I was asked by the therapist would have required me to really do something in a way that I felt would have been the wrong thing to do, but it was the right thing to do. Right? It was basically like, well, why did you, knowing your relationship with this person, why did you agree to this? Right? So they didn't allow me to put people in a box based on who their relationship to me. And that was freeing. Because we walk around and we think that we're supposed to be so we're so spiritual that we can't even be human and choose the right thing for us because we're so spiritual. The truth be told, I wasn't so spiritual at all. I was so broken. I didn't know what spiritual was. I was so full of brokenness and carrying around all this weight, right? That wasn't mine to carry. Weight from a little girl, right? So let's learn to take care of our emotions better, our feelings, ourselves. The biggest lies and some of the worst lies we tell, or the worst lies we tell, are the ones that we tell to ourselves. And those are the ones that we start to believe. We start to believe our lies. We repeat them, right? And like Brandon says, you can't heal what you don't reveal. So Miss Brenda says, I was going once a week and then every other week, but now I have one session left, but may continue by going when needed. Okay. For how long? How long have you been going, Miss Brenda? I'm sorry, but for how long have you been going? How long? And tell us yes or no. I mean, I'm sure it's yes because you keep going. But I'll ask you this, and then I'm going to leave you alone on this. One word that describes what it has done for you. Like just maybe just one. If you have a few more, but what has going to therapy done for you? And how long have you been going? Or maybe has it helped you understand that you are somebody spiritually and wonderfully made, purposefully made, right? Has it helped you see that? So that's all I have, you guys, today. Um, I feel like all of the days that we've been through on this journey, if you don't realize that you are somebody, none of it matters. None of it will work. You guys get that in your head. Love yourself. Love on you. I mentioned that I bought myself 2 pairs of shoes, right? And that I had to figure out, because what I will do is if somebody is with me and they want something, get it. I'll get it for you. Get it. Me, I'll talk myself out of it 10 times over. But I must admit, buying those shoes, and I needed them. Like I needed shoes. I will wear the same shoes over and over and over again. And then the ones that I have, they go bad on me. So I go out and they go bad on me. I walk right out of the bad shoes. So I needed shoes and could afford to buy them. But for months, I've been saying, I'm going to buy me some shoes. I'm going to buy me some shoes. And look at how I passed the same, KL's on here. He's going to question me on this one. I already can feel it. Because I remember you saying, KL, that it's not a generational curse that I passed on to Brandon about, being so nice to people. But I remember Brandon going through the same situation with shoes. Like now, it's so hard for him to buy something for himself. So hard, right? And so, truth be told, I believe that's coming from a place that I've not dealt with. A poverty mindset, a scarcity mindset, right? So Let's see. Miss Brenda, let's see. Well, maybe she'll tell us about this later. So I'm going to get off and I'll do what we always do. Our title for today, we're at July 21st, day 172. I am somebody. Our quote, I'm articulate, I'm thoughtful, I care about my work, and my standards are very high. Right? Our affirmation, well, Ms. Brenda says, I've been going to this therapist since May 2024. It helps me to see that the faults or weaknesses in others that I see mm, are also in me. It also has helped me to see what I have been through has made me stronger. Wow. I love all of that, you guys. But I think mm, if I had to pick it apart, I guess I'd have to, all of it. But I see the things that I see in others, the faults and the weaknesses, are also some of the things I see in myself. Mm. It's also helped me to see what I have been through has made me stronger. Man, write your story, y'all. Even if you don't do anything with it, write down what you went through, how it made you feel, how it makes you feel now. And if you do that, I promise you, just like Miss Brenda said, you will say, man, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong man. Someone else may not have been able to endure what you went through. And because you are strong, man, don't let it steal your life, the life that God created for you. I don't know why I feel led to say this, but I'm saying, ladies, so often I hear ladies saying, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, right? And then I see on Facebook, social media, where posts that are about relationships, right? This man woman thing, they get millions, thousands of responses, comments, likes, whatever, right? For a world of men and women who don't want to be in a committed, loving, healthy relationship, y'all show pay a lot of attention to things about relationships. And until there's this thing that we have in Bluff City Leadership Life Languages, and I'm gonna try to get it right, to the degree that your outwardly world, your to the degree that your education, work life, all these things, to the degree that that is your main focus, will be to the degree that you will fail. On the flip side of that, to the degree that your internal world is your focus. Who am I? Why do I respond to life this way? Why do I show up in this way? That will be the degree that you will be successful, right? So Miss Brenda says, I plan on writing a book about it, right? Kudos for you. Kudos for you. Thank you for being so transparent this morning, Miss Brenda. Y'all, we can learn from this. You know, I feel like I'm ready to go to therapy again, right? Because it's been a while. So I may just call Bellevue and say, hey, I need a start over from where I am now, right? But the one thing I know going into it, I am somebody. I am somebody's child. I'm a child of God, the Most High. Whom shall I fear? What shall I fear? What room should I walk in and not own in my own space without trying to take away from your thunder and lightning in the same room, right? So y'all, go do you today. If you did yesterday, if you meditated a bit yesterday, and I said just 5 minutes, do it again today. End this show and just go sit in silence for a minute. Do it outside. Do it in the bathroom, whatever. Just do it. Just do it. So thank you guys for rocking with us again today. Share the video, you guys. Keep telling people um, about what we're doing, because there's a shift happening amongst us all. Um, so let's keep rocking. I'll be back day 173 tomorrow, God willing. I'm going to sneak the topic out there. The night shift is tomorrow's discussion. The night shift, right? And I'll put it out there here shortly. But thank you guys. It means so much to me that all of you, the ones that do show up every day, I can't wait for us to get together and share where life has come from us. Where life has come. Miss Brenda, I'm going to call you today. I would like for you to take the assessment. I really would. I think it'll be very helpful for you as you come to an end of the therapy that you're getting now. So I'll reach out to you today for sure, like later this afternoon after the babies are gone. All right, so that's all I have. Thank you guys again for rocking with us. Our affirmation for the day. Today, I will take a few moments to list my qualities and strengths. All right, my qualities and strengths. Um, Positive qualities. I'm going to say productive qualities and non-productive. Let's do both of them. Productive and non-productive. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to rewrite mine. It's been a minute. And I'm going to share them tomorrow before the show. Someone don't, Miss Brenda, if you're here, somebody don't let me forget. Um, and I'm going to do that for my strengths as well. What strengths will be just the things I think I have more strength and endurance in. But the qualities, I'm going to write down my positive and my productive and non-productive character qualities. All right. So thank you guys. Be great. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.